crime. It is also my punishment, part of which is having a bit of a scratchy throat, a little bit of a runny nose and everything. It isn't the Rona. I'm just feeling a little bit run down today, so we're just going. This one's going to be a bit of a more of a low-key episode today. Probably not a bunch of crazy character voices. I noticed we literally just lost an IC. So
he said BRB.
Yeah, I see in the Discord. So we will see when IC joins us, but
Oh, my chicken.
this. And we have many adventurous cats. When last we met off, the group found out the cause of the disappearances, the attacks from the Terrafolk. You know, the flying dinosaur people, basically, who were attacking and kidnapping people from the canyon town of Malor's Throat, south of Port Nyanzaru. It turns out that they were, along with the vines and the local wildlife, were all being manipulated by the Grung, who frog-like people, who were using a mysterious artifact for unknown reasons. Oh, yeah, we hear you.
Okay.
Technology, yay!
Apparently, I had to give my headset some percussive maintenance.
Yeah.
Always effective.
Yeah. It's the simple methods are always the best.
It's a pity it's illegal to do that to people.
You know, especially when sometimes it's the only way you can get them to do anything. But but yeah. So you basically figured out that the Grog were working for someone else. They were trying to charge this artifact with a series of sacrifices. To what end and for who, you're not entirely sure, as the translation of the scroll that you recovered was a little bit garbled. It's currently in the possession of the druid, the Tabaxi druid, Screaming Wind, who Lucy introduced you guys to. You since went to the tavern, the Thundering Lizard, where you met up with the local Harper representative, a continually drunk individual by the name of Soggy Wren. Soggy basically, he kind of hinted at the fact that this artifact was just one of several that have been noticed in the city over the past couple of weeks, and he put you on the trail of another potential lead to find more of them. One of the individuals of the Lord's Alliance, which is a collective of the Sword Coast, all the major cities like Waterdeep, Baldur's Gate, Neverwinter. Those guys basically have their own particular trade coalition known as the Lord Alliance, and their representative, an individual by the name of Clevin Van Scheren. Basically, he was the white dude who spoke perfect Chultan, and he was a weeboo. Basically, he was the dude who insisted that he was more Chultan than local Chultans. But he was the guy who led you all to investigate this smuggling ring that is happening in the middle of the Tariki anchorage. And we now return our party, and I will get the music playing in but one moment, because I'm a professional, I know what I'm doing. I will bring ourselves back to the streets of Port Nyanzaru, where Tertra has just cast Charm Person on one of the bandits that you can see just around the corner, guarding the location where you think the entrance to this, smuggling ring is. So, I will say this: this individual here with the green icon above him, he is currently controlled by Tertra. But both you and Tarth are currently undetected by this individual. So, before we get into things, what would the rest of the party like to do before they attempt to gain access?
Oh.
Well, go on.
Well, Roldo's going to get closer, right next to Tertra.
Okay. Bucket, is there anything you want to prepare? Any actions you want to hold?
Bucket will hold a firebolt. Actually, I'm gonna shuffle 5, 10, 15. It's gonna shuffle to here and ready a firebolt in case shit goes bad.
Okay. Just before we begin into our roll, you need to sort your hit points out because you've not been murdered yet.
Yeah, I was about to ask that.
Yeah. You'd had a long list because this is basically the next day.
Okay.
All right. So all spell slots, all that jazz are, up and sorted. So I am going to get this set up, and we're going to treat this as a initiative. But let me see. Let's consider this not combats yet, but I just want to see how things work. So let's add a turn for all these lovely people. And would you please be so kind as to roll me some initiative?
Initiative!
Initiative!
I now have 2 cats eyeing up my ear. Go away.
Yeah, my dog is exactly the same.
I'm not sure how, but for some reason, Roll20 has arranged the icons at the bottom of the screen so it's like Lucy's hiding behind a potato.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know, right? I genuinely don't know how to fix that. Do you remember the previous session where, for whatever reason, the spectator screen was stuck on the bathhouse?
Yes.
It's because I'd grabbed the icon on the bottom left and just just derped around, and I can't actually fix it.
Oh, you don't have Specky bundled with the players?
How do you mean bundled with the players?
Right, what you can do is see if you grab Specky and then pull his little token over to a map, you can move just Specky.
Yes,
but
I'm aware of that.
If you now grab him and pull him onto the tab with the players, it should reunify them.
Oh yeah, no, that's been done. I figured that out in the previous session. It's just since then, Specky's icon in the bottom left corner of the screen is just kind of loose.
And like I said,
at the bottom of the screen, I think that was a Roll20 update that kind of broke that. The players aren't lining up, so no matter what size I try to make my screen, Specky's still on top.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, because Specky's literally. Let me just float them around a little bit. Ah, really? No, it happened again.
Because I was pointing out because I think it's funny the idea of Lucy hiding behind a giant potato.
Mr. Wilson, it happened again. Oh my gosh.
Out of this potato.
Yeah. I think we fixed it. Okay. There we go.
Bite out of the potato.
Would it be a session of this stream if we didn't have 20 minutes bitching about Roll20? I mean, really. Anyway, so let's see where things are. So at the moment, this guy over here, he is going to roll a perception check, and he is going to see if he can see any nasty pasties who are trying to sneak up on him. So let's have a perception check, please. Boop. So does anybody have well, here's the thing, he rolled a nat 20. So this is how this is gonna go. And as you guys, as Tertra casts the spell, this Idris Elba looking dude over here is under his control. However, this guy sort of like glances around, spots Tertra, and starts stepping forward. Hey, what are you doing here? This is private property. Fuck off. What would you all like to do? Next up is going to be Tarth. What would you like to do?
Question. This dude down here, he's charmed. What will happen
Yes.
if I attack his friend?
Well, he will probably try to defend his friend because it is not you who charmed him.
Fair enough.
It's up to
Tarth.
Tertra to try and, you know, diffuse that situation.
Taff is going to hold his action. He's
Okay.
ready. If this guy gives any trouble, those axes are coming out.
Okay. And then Bucket, you are holding a firebolt. A dude has come forward. He looks like he was going to...
Oh,
He's-
god damn it! Oh, wait.
You okay there? What's up?
Okay, never mind.
Okay.
I thought
I-
it wasn't in the short order.
Yeah, I noticed that he got a... Yeah, so Tertra got a 7 and Rolder got a 22. Yeah, Oh, you know what? I just realised I didn't actually organise them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wondering why I was going before Lucy.
Yeah. So, hey, it's not my fault. I'm not feeling well. No, I'm a dumbass. That's entirely on me. God damn it. Okay. Let's just Rolder, my dear boy, I apologize humbly. What would you like to do?
Well, really sure. I don't remember what all I have.
You are a mighty fine dancer and a bard to boot. I think you have a rapier as well. So you have a sharp cutting wit and a sharp cutting blade.
Out. Clear those. I also have my dagger, so I'm gonna have my dagger ready, hidden, ready to attack,
Okay.
just in case.
Give me a sleight of hand check then, if you'd be so kind. Yeah, so basically what Rolder does is they just reach into their tunic and like they just have a dagger like sticking out from behind their, you know, thin kobold back. And like, you know, they're just like the tails wagging a little bit like, murder time. While they're pretending it's like, I ain't got a dagger, what are you on about? Anything else?
Careful, he has a knife. What? No, I don't.
What? No, dude.
Basically. Okay, so this one, Idris Elba, he's basically gonna casually stroll over. Oh, are these with you? He says to Tertra. They should, you know, you shouldn't be here. You should leave. You should leave. His friend sort of like looks over his shoulder, and is like, oh, what the fuck are you doing? But that's his turn. Lucy, what would you like to do, my dear?
I'm gonna move over by Bucket, and I guess I'm gonna just hold an action. I guess either it's like my quarterstaff or something in case shit gets items.
Okay, so basically, When you say you're holding an action, you need to declare which one it is.
I do. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'll punch someone with my quarterstaff.
Okay.
Try to
The moment the fight starts, you're basically gonna full on go feral charge forward, going. Ah! That's the plan, yeah.
I will bold rage.
Bold rage it is. I approve of this. Okay. Next up is going to be this guy. I think he already had his turn. And then we had Tarth. Now it's Bucket's turn. My apologies, Bucket. Now you are holding a firebolt. What would you like to do?
I'm just gonna look around, see that this isn't ending in violence like he feared. He's going to continue to hold the firebolt.
Okay. So it's a cantrip. You don't lose any spell slots or anything?
No, it is a straight up cantrip.
Cool, 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 cool. Alright then. This individual is going to do this. Would everyone give me a perception check, please?
Sure. I can do that.
There we go. Alright.
Ah, 17. Okay.
Arth sees only the pounding blood in the veins in this guy's neck.
Mmm, fresh meat.
Actually, he's seething. He's basically. I won't say he's putting on an axe, but yeah, he's seething right now.
Okay. Well, Lucy is the only one then who notices just over here there's a little bit of movement just on the roof of this building. As you see, like, just the top of a bow. Just sort of like...
Over where?
Basically here where I'm pinging.
It's not showing.
Oh, yeah. I'm seeing it's not pinging here. There.
No, I'm still not seeing anything.
That is because I'm on the GM layer, because I'm a dumbass. Right there.
Oh, okay.
Right over there. Okay. So next up is going to be Tertra's turn. And what would Tertra like to do? We've already got one person charmed. Ooh.
Ignore that.
Okay.
Let's see. Charm is a... what type of spell?
As far as I'm aware, it's I don't really know much about the School of Magic, but it should say what kind of spell slot it's using.
Charm should be. Oh, I was gonna say.
You touched on here in range. Can more than one person be charmed at a time?
Basically, if you could just click the thing so we can just double check. It might be a case of if you try and cast the spell again, the old one goes away. You can cast it at multiple people at higher levels, but it depends what the level is to begin with.
Well, I'll take a chance then. Tertra is going to look back to the guy he charmed, and say, "Oh, come on, you know us. We're cool."
Give me a persuasion with advantage. So what is it you're trying to do actually? Are you basically trying to convince the charmed individual to let you guys into the whatever they're guarding? Okay. That would be a persuasion with advantage. That's still not going to get rid of the dude who isn't charmed, but, you know, it's a 50-50 win. At least as far as you're aware.
Well, I mean, just kind of hoping on the charm guy going, "Oh yeah, they're cool, let them in."
Well, tell you what, that's the persuasion with advantage then. Actually, I will... 22, okay. I will actually give him a roll now, and let's see what he can do. He is going to roll this little thing.
Okay. What's my head just then? To toot loud, roll knoll to door.
So, yeah. So basically, this guy here basically says, "Oh no! It's they're all right. They're all right to go through." It's like, what? You sure? Yeah. No. They're okay. They're cool. They're cool. Right. And this guy's going to step to the side and eye you both very warily. This guy here, you know, just gives you, you know, calm nod. Oh, you're all right. Go on through.
Thank you, sir.
So, I would say we get to the top of the round. I will allow everybody, before we go into something else in initiative, I will allow everybody to move as much or as little as they want in the direction they want to go in before things start to happen.
Well, we need to get back here, don't we?
That is where they were guarding, yes.
So, Petra and Roldo will make their way back there.
Making the way.
As they go along, Taff makes sure to give this guy a very dirty look. Like he's making it look like he's been insulted by this guy.
Okay, just for the fun of it, give me an intimidation check.
Intimidation.
Huh. He just sort of gives you a look that's like... And again, he's looking over to us saying, are you sure? Are you sure about this? But yeah, so Lucy, if you wanted to join the group. So I would say I'll allow you to move wherever you want to move because things are about to happen.
Okay, did they go down?
Yes. So I will actually move the spectator over here so we can see a little bit more about what's going in this area here.
Sorry, I looked away for like half a second.
Not a problem. So we're going to now, at this junction in time, just before we get to the other round, you hear a voice shouting from up above. Are you absolutely out of your mind? And I'm going to need a... Let's call Tertra. Really? Because of course that's not working. How about... Let's see... Where is our window? Okay. I would like you to tell me if the following is going to hit Tertra's armor class.
Why will you pick on the squishy bolt?
Because it's fun and I'm a sadist. You know this. Does an 18 hit?
Yes, it does.
Okay, well Tertra takes 8 piercing damage as you see this woman on the top of the balcony here, and I'm actually going to remove the dynamic lighting so you can see where she's hiding. Yeah.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
accidentally deleted Church's token.
Ah! You deleted Tertra's token. It's right there.
It's not... I can't see it.
Really?
Yeah.
I can see it on the board. Hang on, let me
Yeah, I can see it.
Huh. I'm just
He's
gonna
hiding
move him.
under the lizard.
How about that? Can you see him?
Yeah, there it is.
Okay. Yay! Technology is a wonderful thing. Anyway, so I think we're going to go into a little bit of fighty fight now. Rolder, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Well,
for clarification as well, in terms of how high up this is, basically you could climb up to say here or here, and then you could climb. Basically, it's like a 3-tier thing. So you've got the ground floor, you've got the middle sections here, and then you've got the 3rd floor, which is here.
Let's see. How high is that up?
I would say no more than 30 feet.
Okay. Then that little bitch is going to get a thunder wave directly into her face.
Constitution saving throw coming right up. Constitution saving throw. Does a 20 work for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
She holds her ground, so she only takes like 5 damage. It's like half damage, yeah? Okay. She still looks pretty shaken. You know, that was a pretty powerful hit. She looks shaken up, but yeah. She held her ground.
Rolda is going to start making his way. So, I mean, there would be 10 feet.
Yeah, give me a dexterity check to try and get up there. I was going to say, there isn't a specific climb skill in D&D, is there?
No, I don't
Okay,
think so.
so dexterity, call it dexterity, as you scramble up. I would...
Some people use athletics, but up to the DM.
Yeah. Alright, well, next time it'll be athletics, but for the moment, I would say I'll allow you to get over to here, but it's going to take the rest of your turn. You've got no further movement.
Well, and he's going to get up and press himself against the wall to make it harder for her to hit him.
Okay, fair enough. Next up is going to be this guy. He's like, hey, what the heck do you think you're doing? I've just realised that this poor dude, they're all, oh no, they're all sharing hit points. Give me a second.
While the DM's doing that, is anyone else getting no music from Sirenscape?
Oh, I've got music playing.
Can you guys hear? Or is it just me, Birkin?
I'm not using it right now, so.
I may have to relink my device.
I forgot to put Sirenscape on at the very start because very distracted young man. But yeah, this guy here, he's basically going to I mean, you're attacking his friends. He's going to try and break this up. It's like, whoa, 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 whoa. He's not attacking you guys. Let's see, who looks the most aggressive? I would say he's going to try and do a grapple check on Bucket. Would you like to give me... Oh, dear. Bucket, would you like to give me a strength check, please?
Deck or save?
You know what? Save.
That many.
He rolled a 20, so you are currently restrained and grappled by this dude who's trying to hold you back from attacking his friends. It's like, what are you doing? He's, you know, yelling in confusion over at Tertra. Lucy, it is your turn, my darling. What would you like to do?
Step away for a second, so
Basically, this person up here took a shot at Tertra. Rolda basically used a thunder wave to destroy a good chunk of the roof and a good chunk of their health. This guy over here, who is still charmed, is basically grabbed hold of a Bucket, and with a nat 20 is actually succeeding in holding them at bay.
Okay, can I hit them in the knees with my quarterstaff?
You absolutely can. You said that was something you were going to do. So yeah, roll me a melee attack. Are you using your ability to turn it into a magical attack, or are you just swinging it as a regular stick?
What would I roll anything different for a spell?
I
Spell attack, or just the
think
spell attack thing?
I think if memory serves, it's called Shillelagh. It counts as a cantrip,
Mhm.
unless I'm mistaken. So
Cantrip and bonus action.
yeah.
Okay. The cantrips I have are Infestation and Primal Savagery.
Okay, well just swing your stick then. We'll see if we can figure that out later on. Or you could do Infestation if you wanted, but like you said, you wanted to swing your stick, so
I want them to let go of Bucket.
okay. Roll it. An 11 is actually yeah, that's just gonna hit. Give it some damage. Okay. I'm assuming you want to go with a higher number. Were you using one-handed? We'll say one-handed.
Yeah, sorry, it doesn't give me the...
It is all good. Okay.
Apparently, I'm no longer in your game for Sirenscape.
What? That cannot be. I refuse. I
object.
I object. Yes.
Objection, hearsay.
Yeah.
Correct.
Not a problem. So, if you give me a moment, all of the bandits, because here's the thing, I actually set something up earlier, and all the bandits have shared health, and every single time I'm trying to change their health, it's causing shenanigans. So, we'll just do... No... Honestly, I keep thinking I'm prepared, I keep thinking everything's set up and working, and then roll 20 just continues to remind me that, no it's not. So Sirenscape's not working for any of you guys. Okay, well we'll try and figure that out in the near future then. Apologies. Okay, and she only had that many hit points, so bear with me one moment. Okay. Oh, hurry up please, roll 20. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wonderful. And none of it saved. So, this guy, he's basically gonna come charging forward to help his friend, and you know, Lucy, you're the first person that he's going to come across. He's going to give you a swing with his scimitar. Does a 5.
You hit a child?
I mean, you're a kobold, so
Okay.
yeah, he's not a fan. But a 5, I'm assuming, is not going to hit. So Tarth, it is now your turn. What would you like to do?
He looks at this guy, goes, hisses, and goes, "You have shown us disrespect." And the axes come out.
Okay.
God damn it.
I can confirm that that's a no, unfortunately.
And as he does that, he's going to, as they miss, he's going to slam them into his shoulders.
Oh, okay. So you
Line 'em
basically... Okay, so yeah. So you've been able to activate your weapons, so they're now dealing fire damage?
Yep.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Bucket, what would you like to do?
Am I still grappled, or did Lucy's ankle attack get him to let go?
That's a good point. I'm going to have him make a constitution saving throw. That's a 17. He has got a grip on you, and it is something fierce.
Okay. I am going to... jump out of the head and savage his eyes. No.
I mean, that's one heck of a finisher.
Maybe at some point. Would it be an action or bonus action to break free, do you reckon?
I would allow... Here's the thing, with grappling checks and everything, I think it's your action.
Okay. Fair enough.
If someone says otherwise, then I'll believe them.
In that case, I'm just going to try and firebolt him in the crotch then, as soon as he's holding on to me.
Okay, so it's a ranged attack. Normally, ranged attacks you get disadvantage if they're in melee.
I accept that.
Okay, so give me that with a disadvantage. 16, regardless, is actually going to hit. So, yeah. Just 1 point of
Roast
fire
his
damage.
nuts.
Yes. Okay.
What can I say? Squirrels like roasted nuts.
Delightful. And he is going to make a wisdom saving throw. Nope. Alright then.
Wisdom?
Yes, because you are attacking him.
Oh, right, yeah, he's the charmed one.
Yes. This individual, very badly injured, is going to try and move further away from the angry pink kobold. And she is going to try and take another shot. Now, this time at Rolder, because ouch, that fucking hurt. I'm assuming a 7 isn't going to hit.
On bucket? No.
No, on Rolder.
Oh, sorry.
7? Yeah, no.
Okay. In that case, she's going to try and make a, let's call it dexterity to see if she can get down. Yeah, so you
Fall on your face, fall on your face.
All I'll say is for the moment, you hear her like impact with like the shingles on that side of the map, and you're not now sure where she is. So that's her turn. Tertra, what would Tertra like to do?
Okay. Well, he's going to look. He's going to look at the guy and go, "Ow! She hurt me. Aren't you going to do something about that?"
I would say it's a free action. Persuasion with disadvantage. Because your friends just hurt him. That's a nat 1. I apologize. Let me make a wisdom save. What was Tertra's, spell save?
That is 12.
They rolled a 16. There's a moment where he looks a little bit concerned. It's like, look, wait. Blinks his eyes and he's like, oh, you little shit. Anything else you want to do?
Well, because my boyfriend, he's my boyfriend. It's not like me. His character is not set up for combat, so let's try and have him join Rolda as best as I can.
Okay. Give me a dexterity check, please. See if you can get up on the roof. Yeah, you're able to get up, no problem. I'd actually say with an 18, you can either get up to here or here on this side.
I'll get them up to here then.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and that is their turn. So, speaking of, Rhoda! That bitch just ran away. What would you like to do?
Oh, after her.
Okay.
Gonna be up over here and roll another dex to get on that roof.
Okay,
Right.
I would say this just as you get over there. I'm gonna say you can just You see her basically poking her head from under the shingles over here. She did not have a chance to hide. So
Then she is going to you know what? Yep. She's getting another thunder wave to the face.
okay, yeah. So yeah, Constitution saving throw, and she really needs to make this one. What's the DC? Oh, she actually does make it. So she, I would say she is looking incredibly hurt. Incredibly hurt.
And push 10 feet back, so
oh no, she
kindly
made it.
throw her against that wall, if you would.
I would say that she made her save. She rolled a 12.
Oh.
If
Okay.
she hadn't made her save, she would be dead because she had 3 hit points. So basically you do the thunder wave, and again, as before, it slams down around her, and she sort of like, you know, spreads her legs and just kind of takes it. You see a little bit of blood trickling out of her nose as she just looks at you with absolute fury.
I'm looking at her with absolute fury.
Next up, yes, Mr. He's not charmed anymore, and he is very upset. He is currently grappled with Bucket. So let me see. He is actually going to. Let's see if he can do this again. I need a contested strength check from Bucket, please.
A strength check. Sure.
Yes.
Not many.
Unfortunately, he had 2 more. Bucket, you are knocked prone.
Ow.
As the sword comes out, and he basically is looking between you, Lucy, and Tarth, and he seems to be, you know, thinking Tarth might be a good option. But that was his action. So we'll see where things go there. Lucy!
Yes. See.
There's 2 big bad men in front of you, and your big robot friend just got pile drived into the dirt by Idris Elba. What would you like to do? I had a
Idris.
dream like this. Idris. I apologize.
See, hold on. If I cast Infestation.
Yes.
Oh, it says on 1 creature. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll cast Infestation on the blue guy in front of me.
Okay. Roll it, please.
Okay. Roll.
Okay. Constitution saving throw from this gentleman. That just makes it. Yeah. So he is only going to take 2 damage, and he is not poisoned. As would you like to describe how you actually do this?
Next time.
Okay, fair enough. It's just like, oh, swarms and gnats and bugs just like erupt from Lucy's, you know, robe. He's like, ah! Doesn't look too happy. This guy, however, kind of weighing up his options between Lucy and Tarth. He sees the giant lizard folk with the big burning swords, and it's like, yeah, no. That is going to be swing. Does a 12 hit you?
Nope.
Okay. That is a concern for him, so he is going to do 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Attack of opportunity.
Please take your attack of opportunity against him. 24 will actually... Holy shit. So... Okay. Okay.
The second he turns around, Taft takes the head off.
Yeah.
And then he looks to the guy next to him. You did not show us the proper respect.
Okay.
Somewhere on the ground, you hear, "You done fucked up now."
Yes.
It was at that moment he knew.
He fucked up.
Yes, indeed. Fortunately for him, he's actually quite nimble for being such a beefy boy. Neither of those are going to hit him.
Yeah. And as a bonus action, I am going to employ this little trick.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. Sure, as a bonus action. Yeah, okay. You can make a special attack with your bite. Yeah, that hits. Okay. Okay. So, paint me a picture, you nightmare maestro, you.
Basically goes for the neck, crunches, and breaks it.
Okay, both Bucket and Lucy, you both get treated to a little bit of a blood shower.
Oh no, he doesn't bite hard enough to break the skin, he uses the bite to twist the neck.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Next up is going to be... Oh, we've already had Tar's turn, that's weird.
Yep.
Bucket! You may use half your movement to get up if you wish, or if you just want to lay here. If you just lay here. I don't remember the... There we go. I'd forgotten the lyrics.
And just forget the world. But no. I got knocked down, so I'll get up again.
There you go. Never going to keep you down.
Just gonna brush mud off me. So they are on the street on the other side. I don't know where they are, right?
Yes, you. Yeah. Basically, this is, for all intents and purposes, a solid wall.
Okay. And let's see. Let me just quickly get the thingy. Taurus, do you keep your blue gun on your belt?
Pretty much.
Okay. I'm gonna walk over and just kind of like poke your blue gun and cast. Nope, not inspect element. Cast this.
Ooh.
This is one of my Artificer's infusions. This is permanent until I either die or stop doing it for you.
Note to self: kill Bucket.
Leave Bucket alone!
No.
To be fair, this also counts for the bag of holding. If I die, the bag of holding disappears.
So basically, you've become like a loot goblin in Diablo. It's just like.
Yeah, literally.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so next up is going to be this lady. She is having a bit of a time. That's going to be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. She's going to try and get over here into the best cover she can get. And she is going to take another shot with her crossbow at Rhoda. Does a 12 hit you? Oh, I see you.
Sorry.
Not a problem, friend. Does 12 hit Rolder?
Oh, no.
Phew. Okay, then another crossbow bolt basically just digs into where the sandstone just between her toe claws. But that is her turn. Next up is going to be Tertra, and what would Tertra like to do? Which is also you.
This bitch is really starting to annoy me, so let's go ahead and oh, ignore that.
Okay,
Hit the wrong button.
so good.
Go ahead and give her one last thunder wave.
Okay. What's the range on that? Because she's currently, again, technically speaking, she's on the other end of the building, so you'd have to scramble up there in order to do it as part of your movements.
Actually, never mind. Ignore that too.
I mean, I'd allow you to do that if you wanted to. You just need to
because
do
it's self. I just realized that.
I see. No sweat, no sweat.
Okay. Let me actually see here. How far away is? So, going to clamber up to the roof here.
Uh-huh. Oh, this is Tertra's turn, not Rolder, by the way.
Oh, sure.
Not a problem.
Okay. Again, he's not made for combat.
Hopefully we'll get some social interaction soon. But it is not this day.
I'm gonna assume I couldn't use Mage Hand to try and slow her down, right?
Technically that's not, you know, that's an interesting idea. I mean, you can try and trip her up. I'll allow you to at least try to trip her up. Maybe call it a grapple.
Okay, so Petra's going to come up on the roof.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Mm-hmm.
okay. Going to cast Mage Hand. If I can
And
click
it's
the right things.
DC.
And grab at her ankle to trip her.
Okay, okay. So, would this be a dexterity save? I'd say dexterity makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. So that was a 15. Oh, no, I'm a liar. That's an 8, because she doesn't get advantage on this. So, I would say that she is currently knocked prone.
Petra's then going to point out and call. She's headed northeast.
Okay. That's going to be his turn. Next up, Rolder. It is your turn. You want to finish this bitch off?
Yeah.
And how would you like to do that? I see. I think you broke up again.
I'm here. I'm thinking.
Sorry, my apologies.
Annoying. We have nobody who does range.
I mean, you do have a bucket and so on, but they're on the other end of the building.
Okay, so I'm going to get up on the roof here, and
You do have your dagger still, don't you?
yeah, I was about to ask, could I try and throw my dagger at her?
You could, and technically it's advantage because you're from a position of height and she's prone.
Play ranged attacks on a prone character at disadvantage.
Then it's a straight roll.
Sorry!
It's all good. It's
Go
all
ahead.
good. Just a straight roll. An 11. I would say this. Technically, oh, actually, yeah, no. Her AC is classed as 11 because she's a different type of character. So she has 1 hit point remaining. So we're gonna say, where would you like this dagger to it be embedded in?
Well, since it hits, gonna try and go for non-lethal and hit her in like somewhere center mass, but not vital. Stomach, shoulder, you know.
I apologize. I apologize with that roll. That trying to do that with a dagger. Unfortunately, how badly injured she was already.
Yeah.
She
Okay.
is. You see her twitch a little, and then she does not get up.
And Rolda is going to slightly curse himself and try and make his way down next turn.
Okay, I would say for the moment, you guys are effectively out of combat because there doesn't seem to be anybody else. Although you have basically started a bit of a brawl outside, here in the streets of Port Nyanzaru. So,
Then quickly,
yes.
Rolda is going to try and jump down.
Okay, just give me a dexterity check if you'd be so kind.
Dexterity.
Because it's about 30 feet down. A 7. Roll me a d4, please.
Rock and roll, rock and roll!
Yeah. Oh, honey. I'm sorry. You know what? The smaller the mass, the less damage they're going to take. So take 2 damage instead of 4. I'm being kind today. What can I say?
Alright, so down on the tiles, down on the ground. Superhero landing. Oh!
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Hamstring.
Oh! God! That is really ineffective.
I think I
And-
hear tiny cobalt shins shattering.
And then he's going to run over to her and immediately search her.
Okay. That is a fair point. Let me just double check and see if these nasty pasties had anything of value on them.
Taft's going to do the same with the 2 he's decapitated.
Okay.
Well, the one he's decapitated and the one he broke the neck.
Okay. I would say this. On the one who had been charmed, he had a key on his belt. The one that Rolda took out with a dagger, she has a spare set of thieves' tools. And they don't seem to have any money on them or anything. Give me... Oh, actually, having said that, that was a nat 20 investigation check. You know what? Sure. Let's say... I would allow you to take from each of them a scimitar and a light crossbow if you so desired, and some leather armor
Okay.
from all three of them if you desire.
Okay, I would say definitely that Taft took 2 crossbows and put them into the hands of the kobolds.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, Rolda's
You
taking
lack.
the light crossbow for himself.
You lack ranged weaponry.
So these are light crossbows, okay? So they have a range of 80 to 320 feet. The exact information should be somewhere on D&D Beyond. Or, yeah, on this, on this thing. Let's see.
I'm going to say, do we get any bolts as well for it? With them?
You know what? I would say roll me 2d6. Hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4. Roll me 6d6.
Okay, 6d6.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, that's how many crossbow bolts you have to share.
So 10 each.
Because I wasn't grabbing the... There. How many bolts?
10 each.
Yeah.
10? Okay.
Yeah, so 10 for Tertra, 10 for Rolda. You also have a key and a set of thieves' tools, or rather Rolda has the thieves' tools at the moment.
Yep, I will take those.
Taft's already got them.
So, question, Rolda. Are you going to leave this corpse in the middle of the street, or are you going to try and pull it back into the alleyway?
Try and pull it back in the alleyway here.
Not a problem. We'll just, I'll get that taken care of for you. So, boopy-doopy-doop. I would say you all basically are able to reconvene over here. And you are basically met in this small alleyway with a fairly obvious trapdoor over here that appears to be locked. So,
Taft's going to try the key.
Okay. As you head over to the trapdoor, make me a dexterity. I'm joking. Yeah, the key opens it up.
He's going to very cautiously start to lift the trapdoor.
Okay. As you lift the trapdoor, I don't remember the song, sadly, so I'll just
Secret tunnel.
That trapdoor.
There's something
Foolish
down
there.
there. Yes. But anyway, you see a set of ladders, bamboo ladders that basically fall down into a small hollowed out cellar. And just from the light at the top of this passageway, you can see that one wall of this cellar is partially covered by a basically like a blanket or tarpaulin. And behind it, there appears to be a passageway into the rock. So, what would you like to do?
Taft is going to approach cautiously.
Okay. So, is everyone going inside the passageway?
Yeah. And you also said that they all had scimitars on them?
Yes. So, it was basically 3 scimitars.
Okay. Rolda is taking a scimitar as well.
Okay. So, we find ourselves in a slightly different location. And let me just get the correct music set up for the one person who can hear it through Scienscape, because WTF Scienscape. At least it's going to come through on the stream. That's what matters. But let me see. So, let me get the description set up for this little location here. Beyond the grate, as I said, there's a dimly lit, winding passage. There's a platform attached to a rope pulley that's running next to the ladder that you've come down. The air down here is stale and cool. The walls look like they're crafted out of roughly hewn stone and dirt. The ground's uneven with occasional dips and slopes. This is a winding dirt and stone passageway. At the moment, you don't really see any, different avenues or different ways that you can go. It's just a curving path that looks to be carved into the rock. Would anyone like to give me any particular kind of roll as you're making your way down?
I want to have a look around for any possible traps. This is a smuggler tunnel after all.
Okay.
I'll get on that.
Perception. Okay.
Bucket sees nothing!
Yeah. The lighting is fairly sparse. Every now and then there's the occasional lantern that's been set into either the wall or it's basically propped up in a corner on the floor. I would say it's also very damp in here. There's small puddles all over the place. It's fairly dim down here, but those with dark vision, you'd be able to see at least 30 feet without any extra light. Eventually, after a little bit, you find yourself at a side passageway that's filled with various crates, boxes, and barrels. There appears to be a small desk in the corner of the room. Would anyone like to give me an investigation check, please?
Sure, I'm gonna get in on that.
Rolda and Tartra will as well.
+6.
Investigation.
Okay, Rhoda. As Bucket is kind of trying to adjust to the light, they're kind of staring at the wall in confusion for a moment. It's like when you're playing a first-person shooter and you're still learning the controls. They have that whole vibe
They have
going
stupid
on.
inverted controls.
Pretty much, yeah. While that's going on, I would say, Rhoda, you see underneath the desk, basically there's a part that lifts up, and inside there is a series of ledgers that appear to be a list of... it takes you a minute or two, but with 20, it's fairly easy to figure out that this is a ledger of any smuggled goods that have come in and out of this room. Most of the stuff here looks to be illegal weapons, poisons, and dangerous flora from the jungle. There's also a note near the ledger that reads as following. Sanua, it has come to my attention that our operation may have been discovered. If the princess or the Kitepka learn of our existence, destroy everything. Leave no trace and no witnesses. Nahu.
Oh. Rolda's obviously going to tuck those away into his sack.
Mm-hmm.
Can Taff take a couple of bottles of poison?
Let me see. Most of the stuff. What was your investigation? A 7.
That would be a 7. Yeah.
Unfortunately, you don't see that much of value in the room at the moment. This is more kind of the place where, rather than just smuggle everything straight through, this is sort of like a drop-off point where somebody would be doing bookkeeping, so they know exactly what's going in and out. It's not really a place where most things are stored, at least items of value. But let me see. Perceptions earlier. I would say though, with your 17 perception from earlier on, as you were going through the tunnel, you would notice, Tarth, a small key hanging from a hook on the back corner of the desk.
Taff absolutely takes that.
Okay. I would like you to make a note of that, if you'd be so kind. So, is there anything else you wish to do in this room, or do you wish to get back into the main passage and continue deeper?
Well, seeing nothing of use, Bucket's gonna re-invert their controls and make their way out the door.
Okay. So further on down the passageway, you see the the continuing oddly hewn walls. This, as you look around, it seems pretty old. This seems to have been here for a while. While it is very likely to be man-made, it was not made in the last several hundred years or so. This is something that's been here for quite some time, and it seems to have been co-opted by the smugglers. I would like you all to remind me, is there anybody, as you're going down, are you still looking for traps, or are you just, coasting through? Okay, who is leading this charge, by the way?
Tough.
Tarth, please give me a perception check. Okay. As you make your way through the area, fortunately your dark vision, your natural dark vision, is able to help fill in some of the gaps from the lack of regular lighting in here. But in spite of that, as you are making your way through, you feel the texture of the floor change to something like a rope that pulls taut as your claws step on it. I am going to need every single one of you to give me a Constitution saving throw. As from all around you, you hear...
Alright, well, Tucker's fine. I hope.
Okay. So, let me,
Luckily, Bucket gets advantage if it's poison.
It actually is poison. So, that's very fortunate for you. Did anyone get less than 11 on their Constitution check? Rolder! Oh, Rolder. I'm sorry. Rolder, you are going to take the full amount, which was 2 poison damage. I rolled super freaking low. Everybody else takes 1 poison damage as you dodge most of the needles. Looks like this is an older trap that hasn't been maintained in a while.
It's an older trap, but it checks out.
Yes, there you go, there you go. Let me just double check something real quick. But yes, as well as the of the needles, you do hear a slight ringing of bells in the distance. Ding 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 ding.
We may have triggered an alarm.
Then in that case, let us not waste time.
After you, my big friend.
Yeah, Taff is going to draw his axes and start walking down the tunnel.
Okay. Are you continuing to keep your eye open for traps? Give me another perception check if you'd be so kind.
Never trust the D20.
Delightful. Does anybody else want to make a perception check, or do you wish to trust your Bucket? As you guys are making your way down this twisting road, and you start to, you basically hear the bells dinging for a little bit, and then it just stops. It's like ding ding ding, and it's just quiet up ahead. Bucket, as you're moving down with the rest of the group, you notice that the path you're on is dipping downward and traveling along a curve. The walls seem a little bit smoother and appear to be decorated with these patterns of wavy lines carved into the surface. With the check that you made, the lines seem to trace a spiral pattern, almost like a maze design, that seems to meet up near the center of the hallway you're on.
It's safe to say we've wandered into a ruin.
It's less of a room, and it's more part of the location you're in. It has a slightly different texture to it. Like some of the structure, the old structure is kind of a little more visible. It's not as eroded over time.
It
And
is a ruin, so it's like an old part of the city that's been built over.
possibly.
Green.
Bucket is gonna point this out. There appears to be some architecture down here.
That would make sense.
I would say this too, Toth. If you've been having it pointed out to you, give me a history check. Or are you just continuing to go murder hobo down the corridor?
No, he's sensible enough to check for the lay of the land.
Okay. This actually tickles something in the back of your head. You don't know the specifics, but this does remind you of something in your studies of ancient Chultan folklore. As you're looking around the pattern, you realise it's a maze. It's a massive spiralling maze. And in the centre part of the design, all the lines sort of converge into a specific point. Just where you guys are standing. What would you like to do?
It seems we are in a sort of ritual labyrinth.
Do you see any distinguishing markings that may lead us in the correct path?
Going off what Dennis said, it just all roads lead to Rome, basically.
Given the fact that you had a 17, I would say you forget the name of the deity specifically, but this was a deity that existed from the time of the Radiant Abomination, maybe earlier. Someone who was really interested in mazes and had a fondness for tricks and puzzles.
Trickster deity of this place. I cannot say for certain. Correct route.
So, shall we continue and hope we choose the right pathway?
For the record as well, as you guys are walking down, there doesn't seem to be any diverging paths, so you are on what appears to be a straight line. This is the first time you've seen any kind of variation in this tunnel.
I would say we continue. As I said, I believe that every route leads to the same point.
Let's go.
Okay. So, as you guys continue making your way down, I would say... Yes. Okay. You are... Yes. Okay. So we'll just go straight to here. So, You basically are moving your way through the passageway. You find yourselves on the last part of this large bend, and just as you get around the corner, I would say you come to what appears to be a large set of double doors.
Those ones?
Yeah. The double doors are made of, they appear to be wood.
Tap is going to try and creep closer.
Okay. Give me a stealth check as you're doing that.
That's religion. Sorry.
That's unfortunate. Okay. By and large, you think you're doing a pretty good job of staying stealthy.
He gets the door, and he's going to examine them.
Okay, give me a insight check. The way this door is designed looks a little bit strange. There's a certain, it looks like there's a pulley system. It doesn't just like, swing open on hinges. There's a certain way it needs to be opened. And it takes you a minute, but fortunately 13 is just enough to notice a thin hair rope that is connected to the handle that trails up and over your heads. And as you look up, Tartha, you see a large stone block right above the door where you are standing. So, deciding not to try the handle, you check to see how you're supposed to deal with this, but fortunately, you manage to, after a moment or two, realize that the door, basically, there is a panel that you push in and can wrap your fingers around, and that is what you can use to pull out rather than the more obvious handle. So,
just to be sure, Taff is going to take one of his. Whereabouts is the pulley system?
Basically, the way it works, so these are two big double doors, and there's a very obvious handle at the front, but you've noticed that there's a very thin wire that leads from that handle up to a trap that's right above your head.
Right.
So, the thing that really stuck out though was the fact that there are hinges. There's basically a rail system on the side. So these doors kind of like fold outward as they're pulled forward and apart.
Right. Because
That makes
Taff was
sense.
going to try and use a dart to wedge the pulley system.
I would say that is. I would say you don't need to do that. You've got a fairly good idea of like how this door works. You're not going to accidentally activate it.
In that case, Taff is going to motion for the others to come close as he grabs the door, ready to open it.
Okay. Are you guys doing anything else? Preparing any actions? I'll actually bring you all further up here so you may see.
Yep. Yeah, Turtra's or Rolda is going to cure wounds on Turtra.
Okay.
As soon as I cast that.
Okay, they take 7 points of healing.
The Tarth has bypassed this trap now, right?
As far as you're aware, yes.
Taff is going to open the doors.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, you said trap, so where? Here?
Yeah, basically, the doors here. There was going to be a loud kaboom Basically, this section here, there was a large stone slab that was going to land on top of you and do something very horrible involving water. However, that has been disabled. So you're now able to open the door safely. And as you guys do that, if you give me one moment to set the scene for what is going on.
Uh-oh, that one has a name.
Yes. Yes, she does. I also want to make sure that these guys are actually, unlike the last lot of bandits, that the hit point situation isn't going to happen again. Okay. Appreciate your patience. Sorry, I thought that had been set up while I was doing the thing earlier, but roll 20 is roll 20.
As always.
Yes. So I think these guys. So. Appreciate your patience. In fact, I would say this, if you all want to grab a quick drink while I do this, because we were about to get into a little bit of combat.
Dun, 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 dun.
Exactly. So appreciate your patience. We're just going to be 2 minutes as I try and wrestle with roll 20 and try not to have a conniption.
I will tell you something amusing.
Yes.
For context, I have been poking away at my dinner of a lovely little chicken curry through this entire session. I had like a few bits of chicken, some rice left. I bent over to get my bottle of Coke beside my desk, and by the time I sat back up, a little black cat had materialized and had absconded with the chicken.
Oh, wow.
He's now sitting there, eating the rest of the rice.
I told you I had +3 to my stealth, mother, and you wouldn't believe me.
Yeah, she's happy. Now she's got her treat.
Yeah. Cats, they're wonderful creatures, aren't they?
They are. And Lucy's kind of like passed out on the floor beside me as well. Wee pet.
Okay, I am going to have everybody roll initiative.
Again?
Yeah.
Do you want new initiative? Oh, you want new initiative, right? 1 second.
Okay.
I'm rolling like shite today!
Oh, for God's sake. This is why I never trust the D20.
Well, if you still need
Wow.
to waste some time setting up, I can tell you something amusing that happened in work today. Where
What?
one of my colleagues just managed to shove her whole leg in her mouth.
Oh, God.
So, in work, I'm a bit of a goofball. I am sarcastic, and I will tend to do things to make people laugh. Because it's an easygoing little workplace. Well, we had a new members of our team. They got used to my shenanigans. And today, they got trained on a new thing that we do, a really difficult and in-depth process. And I was chosen to be their mentor in the team. She ran into trouble, so I got up and walked around and I started explaining things. And after all said and done, she understood, it was great. She says, I wouldn't have thought you were incompetent. And she stopped and just looked at me with a look of just sheer terror on her face. It was like, I didn't mean to put it like that. Damn it. Well, now I'm just insulted. I was teasing her, of course. It's like, I only pretend to be a functioning adult, how dare you? But yeah, if that wasted some time.
Yeah, so basically I have to manually type in their initiative every single time because all the macros that I set up, they basically just bug. So let me just get Lucy's character sheet. Also, Lucy's going to be AFK, and once I've got this set up, I'm going to grab a quick drink, and then we are going to be ready to continue with the TPK.
Oh, look, Tarth. More snacks.
Yes.
I'm spoiled for choice.
Speaking of, did you make a note of that infusion I gave you earlier on?
Yep, plus one bowden.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
It also produces magical ammunition if you have none. Sense down. So yeah, if you do run out of your little bone darts.
Okay, just need Tertra and Rolder to enter their initiative.
Taft's smart. He's saving those the darts he's actually got for when he gets hold of some poison.
Okay, so
I would say Bucket would have explained the infusion to you, so you would know.
But Taft's familiar enough with magic, so he knows. He doesn't know how it works per se, but he does at least acknowledge, yeah, this makes sense.
And I say Bucket's got a magic touch. Bucket knows how to work the shaft.
But like I say, he hangs out with Ardeth, basically, so... He's used to magic, but don't expect him to be able to explain the found. He doesn't have anything in Arcana, basically. Because all of his magic is going to be clerical magic. And now I've just got this thing in my head of Ez answering people's prayers. You want this week's lotto numbers? What the hell am I, a random number generator?
Be interesting, yes.
Oh, almighty radiant abomination. I have been having lustful thoughts. Good for you! Go out there and have fun.
That seems about the appropriate reaction.
Yeah.
okay, I appreciate your patience there.
Thoughts, we're going to break Elaine's mind when we get back to the guild hall.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the one question you've really got to ask yourself in regards to, Elaine and Irina and everything. Whose baby is it? Meanwhile, hi! Welcome back. That was the wrong thing. There we go. So, at the top of the round, Rhoda. What would you like to do, my dear? I would actually say this. Unfortunately, though, because they did actually get a warning, we're going to have one surprise round as these individuals are going to take their pot shots at you. So first of all,
Can Taff quickly close the door again?
I am afraid not for this particular
They were
instance.
holding their actions because they knew we were coming from the alarm, wasn't they?
Basically, yes. So, first of all, I would say, Tarth, because you are in the direct line of Fiar, would you please tell me if I'm assuming that a 7 isn't going to hit you?
It is not.
Okay. Next up is going to be again at Tarth. Would you please tell me if a 16 hits you?
Meets it, beats it.
You are going to take 2 points of piercing damage as this woman over here, bending around this crate, takes a pot shot at you. Next up this woman here basically steps forward, and she has where is her sheet? Yeah, she's actually going to pull out a heavy crossbow, and she is going to take a shot at you with that, and that is going to be does 12 hit you?
No, it does not.
Okay, again, you're able to duck and dodge and weave, but they are all peppering you with some shots here. Lastly, this individual here,
Shot.
she is basically going to try and hide in the corner of the room as best she can. And she, I think, is going to...
So you know your stream can't see inside the room.
Oh, thank you for the reminder. Let's get
You
Specky
have
over
to,
there.
Becky.
Yeah. I've got so many things. So many things. Okay. So, Specky, my darling, come over here. Come to Daddy. There we go.
Excellent.
So yeah, this individual here, she is going to... You know what? She's going to give it the old college try. She is going to try and cast a Charm Person on Tarth. Now, you get to make me a... let me see. What kind of saving throw is it? I would assume it's... Yeah, you need to make me a Wisdom saving throw. You have advantage, but yeah, 17 is going to be fine.
Fair enough.
That does not work for her. She's like, fuck! And she steps further back into this area. Last but not least, this handsome devil. He's going to step forward and he is going to take a shot with his heavy crossbow at you, Tarth. They really like you. Thunk, thunk, thunk. Does a 6 hit you?
No, it does not.
No, then you are fine. Last but not least, this elven woman on the top of the stairs looking over this crate, she's going to take a shot right at you, and that is going to be... that would be a nat 20. That would be two nat 20s. So, would you please take me 10 points of piercing damage? As after her friends basically miss a bunch of shots, she basically just gets a perfect shot and is basically in your collarbone. That hurts.
Can I be cheeky and use that blood later?
There's quite a lot of it, so you can do what you want with it, son.
Okay, I'm going to hold you to that.
Yeah. No, I think that's fair considering how much damage she just did to you in one shot. Rhoda! What would you like to do, my dear?
Well, now that I finally have some range options, 10, 20, 30, 10, 15, 20, and... Sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
Didn't mean to blow out everyone's ears there.
You didn't.
Oh, I just realised I need to add some lighting because a lot of people can't actually see the thing on stream. So we'll just say there's some torches here and here. There we go.
So, let's see if... Where did I move to? You know what? I was gonna say rolls. There. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And...
This one, okay.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming there's...
Yeah.
Up here there's a wall, and this is the door. So... I'm going to take aim. Fire!
A 9 will unfortunately miss. Any other actions?
Level two bard, not many.
My apologies. Next up is going to be Lucy's turn. Lucy is going to... Let's see. What can Lucy do? She is gonna... Yeah, the Dungeon Master is actually going to double check Lucy's spell list actually, because there's nothing listed on her spell sheet at the moment. She literally has no spells. Let's call it Primal Savagery. And she is going to do 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Hi. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. And I would say, so Primal Savagery, I think that's an action. So basically just this little feral yellow kobold is scuttling down the halls. You see acid dripping from her fangs, but other than that she doesn't do anything this turn. This individual here is going to take another shot at Tarth. Because it's fun to treat him like a pincushion. He's scary and he opened a door. That was foolish of him. He's going to take a shot with his crossbow. And that was going to be... Does a 21 hit?
Yes, it does.
That is 4 points of piercing damage.
Your Taff is not looking that good right now. Hint, hint.
Next up, Tertra. What would Tertra like to do?
Okay. Oh. Going to 25, 30.
Mm-hmm.
And no, locked. Okay, so it's not gonna stop. I'm gonna stop there, but there.
Okay.
And crossbow shot at E.
Okay.
So, God damn it.
That is not going to hit. Sorry. Anything else?
That's it.
Oh dear. Tough! What would
Right,
you
so
like to do?
pop that healing potion.
Mm-hmm.
That's 1d4 plus 4, I believe.
Mm-hmm. That's a bonus action.
Is it 1d4 or 2d4?
Honestly, given how things are going at the moment, I'm willing to say it's a 2d4.
Okay, so that's 11. So he's going to touch his axes to the wounds.
Uh-huh.
They catch light, and as he stands in the doorway, he just glares at them all. His mouth twists into not a grin, but showing off his fangs. He just goes, "Kadashun." Jumps forward, and he's going to take a couple swings at Eduardo.
Okay. Poor Eduardo. Alright. An 11 is... I don't believe an 11... Actually, yes, no. 11, both of those are going to hit. So 4, that's 5...
16.
So a full 16 damage. Damn. Yeah, this handsome-looking smuggler fellow looks very secure about himself and everything. All of a sudden, he doesn't seem that secure. As he's like, lad, molto bene, I don't know.
The
He's Italian?
mistress sends her regards.
No me gusta!
In Spanish.
Next up, this one, looking a little bit alarmed, is she's going to 5, 10, 15, 20. Seeing her boyfriend getting attacked, she is going to take a swing with her scimitar. Does a 19 hit you?
Yes, it does.
Take 3 slashing damage.
Okay.
Okay. Next up is going to be Mercy. This really beefy Amazonian type woman just sort of like looks at Eduardo cowering, chuckles, swings this really big club around, blows a kiss to Tarth, and she's going to try and take 2 cracks to the back of his head.
Okay.
That is going to be attack number 1 and attack number 2. So she does have... What are you doing? Someone playing around with the arrow tool.
No one else can see that. That's hidden from everyone else.
Yeah, I can freaking see it. That my entire screen is filled with mega damage. Hey, funnily enough, Journeys, that's how much damage is coming to Bucket soon. But anyway, unfortunately, because they're flanking, does a 20 hit you?
Yes, it does.
Then you take 8 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, 8 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah. How many hit points does Tarth have left as she hits you a
9.
second time? Okay, you can reduce that by another 4 bludgeoning damage as she whacks you both times. Whack, whack. So that's Mercy's turn. Bucket! Your friend is looking a little worse for wear. What would you like to do?
5, 10, 15, 20. Really? Is that all?
A dexterity saving throw. Okay. Let me just get the right sheet. That is going to be... that was a nat 20, so they're only going to take 2 acid damage. She does, like, you know, scream a little, ah! And she, like, sort of, like, brushes it off, but it doesn't seem to have hurt her that badly. Anything else you want to try and do?
It's a 30-foot line, so Eduardo gets smacked as well.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not even going to have him roll because that's fun. So he's going to take full damage. Ah! Bibbidi bobbidi. It's just the character art on the token. It's beautiful.
There's not much else I can do, unfortunately. So that's me.
Is going to be this individual, and she's like looking through a what appears to be a small book. Okay, fuck this. And she is going to point at Bucket, and you have there's this weird purple energy that crystallizes in a hand, and a magic missile slams into you for 2 force damage. Very, very weak roll there. Eduardo is going to try and scramble and get back up, and he is going to try and take a swing at the big bad Robo Boy, who caused him so much pain and has singed his beautiful mustache. So that is going to be swing number 1 and swing number 2. Does a 23 hit Bucket?
No. Yes, of course it fucking hits. Jesus Christ.
Good. Take 5 bludgeoning damage.
No.
Does a 13 hit Bucket?
No.
The second one just dings off the shoulder piece.
You scratched my paint. You will pay for this.
You scratched my mustache. So.
That's not all I've damaged.
Aw.
Your hair is gone.
What? I love it. I love it.
In fairness, I was the one who slammed my axes into his shoulder.
This individual here, these two are actually going to stay on the stairwell, and you know they kind of still have a decent shot. The way things are at the moment, they can't hit Tarth because he's right up against the box here, but they do have a shot at Bucket. So let us see if they can get as lucky as they did with poor old Tarth earlier. Come on, another nat 20? Unfortunately, it's not a nat 20. It's only going to be a 21 to hit. Take 4 piercing, please, Bucket.
No.
Yeah. Rolder, it is now your turn, and what would you like to do?
Let's see. 10, 15, 20. Can't quite create a murder sandwich.
What about a murder smorgasbord?
Then I can at least get there and set up for a murder sandwich.
Okay.
And rapier.
Okay, and that's going to be to Mercy down here. 18 will absolutely hit, so 3 points of piercing damage to her. She sort of like flinches a little, looks down at you, says, "Oh, it's your turn, little one. I'll enjoy breaking you." So, next, anything else you want to do, Rolder?
Let's see.
Healing word.
It's Bucket in the background trying to rev back up
I
their
don't
engine.
have healing word. I only have cure wounds. So,
Yeah, I think Lucy has healing word.
but I will give Bardic Inspiration to Toss.
Okay. Tarth, you're feeling inspired. Very, very badly hurt, but inspired. Next up is going to be Lucy. You are currently dripping acid from your little fangies. Also, you notice that both Bucket and Tarth look pretty badly hurt. What would you like to do?
It won't let me clicker.
That's okay. You can just say what it is you're trying to do.
I was gonna move because I don't have any ranged attacks, so I was gonna move up to like between Tarth and Bucket, and I don't know, attack someone and then use healing word on one of them as a bonus.
Yeah, you can absolutely do that. Is it not letting you move your token?
No.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. Well, let's get you up there. Who are you? I'm assuming you're attacking this this bitch here.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go for that one.
Okay, roll me an attack if you'd be so kind. With your with your acidic fangies. No.
Oh, is that the primal savagery?
Yes.
I forgot it just asked.
Okay, a 20 is gonna fucking hit. Roll damage.
Okay.
Lucy, how do you want to butcher this poor woman?
I don't know. I guess I'll just jump on her and scratch her.
Yeah. yeah, basically that is what you do. You just leap on and go. It's like something from freaking Gremlins, and she's just screaming as, you know, like you see a little bit of hissing as the skin's melting. It's a bit Wicked Witch of the West. And you see Eduardo like screaming hard, "That's my girlfriend!" I mean,
he's meat now.
She really is. Bonus action for healing word. Who is getting the healing word?
Who has less HP?
Bucket has 10.
That has 5.
Okay, I'll cast it on Tarth.
Okay. How much health is that going to be to him?
Let's see.
And you see.
1d4 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. Which should be on your sheet.
Yeah. So it'll be 5.
Okay, you heal 5 points of damage.
Thank you.
Nicely done. Next up is going to be this guy. He is looking a little bit concerned about, you know, the number of people who are going down. He can't get a good shot on either Lucy because she's too tiny, or Tarth because he's up against the back. So, let's go for Rolder. Let's be diplomatic. Rolder, does a 22 hit you?
Let's see. Squishy little Bard Kobold. Does 22 hit?
Yeah.
No, I don't think it would. Oh wait, we're in the
Fortunately.
right. Well, yeah.
Fortunately, if he was rolling with advantage, all he needed was one number more to give himself a nat 20. So you only take 2 points of piercing damage from that. That could have been a lot worse. Tertra is going to be up next. What would Tertra like to do?
Wait. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Talking about me, I'm like, it's my turn. No, it's not. Okay. Again, not built for combat, so going to take pot shots at them.
Okay. Which one are we going with? The woman with the red hair?
Yep, right there.
Okay, yeah. Roll me an attack if you'd be so kind.
Already did.
Oh, 20. My apologies. Yeah, that will actually hit, and she's going to take 5 points of piercing damage. Oh, even more little boys to play with. It just cracks her neck and like sort of licks her lips a little, slightly feral look in her eyes. Anything else?
I'm assuming because they're a bard as well, they also have bardic inspiration. So
Yes.
Turtle's going to give Rolda some bardic inspiration.
Mm-hmm. That is absolutely fine. So next up is going to be Tarth. What would you like to do, Tarth?
He is going to stare at this woman and just go, "You should finish your meal first, or should I?" Yeah, he's going to take that.
Yeah, she's going to take that, okay. How much damage is that?
That would be a total of 19.
Holy fucking shit. Holy fucking shit. Okay.
And I recommend that one of the bards play the Andrew WK song. We know the one.
So, I would say this. How do you want to describe how you lay into this woman? She's not dead yet.
She's not dead yet.
Yeah, but go on.
I still have my bonus action.
You
I can
do,
still attack.
but just from that one attack, I just want to know first how you do this.
wedges the axe into her collarbone.
Okay, it is right there. She looks absolutely stunned and like winded. There's blood pouring all over the place. She's still standing and she kind of looks at you and says, "Oh, Daddy."
He uses for teeth straight to her face.
Okay, 17 is going to hit, and yeah. You're not too sure how you feel about this one because she doesn't seem to be resisting.
He just wrenches, forcing the axe through the rest of her shoulder, and it kind of goes straight through, cutting off the top part of her torso.
Okay. Well,
And just for flavour, he throws it against the southern wall.
okay. So Mercy is out of the picture there.
Can he turn around and glare at the mage?
I would just say that just a slight over the shoulder, like.
The zombie from Resident Evil.
Yes, exactly that. Okay. Well, that character's dead. Bucket!
Bucket is going to wail on Pretty Boy
Okay.
and his newly emboldened head.
Yes, please do. That is going to be yes, the first one hits.
And offhand attack.
Okay. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I would say that is going to do what you need to do. You're able to finish off poor Eduardo very readily.
Your mustache is not impressive.
You lie! Ah!
I totally
Okay.
was. It was a really impressive mustache.
Okay. This woman is basically, she is up here in the corner of this room. She sees all of her heavy hitters have just been completely wiped out. It's just like, whoa, now let us be reasonable. Hold on. And she's telling her two other associates to stand down. Let's just make a deal here, okay?
That probably would have been best discussed before you pissed off the large reptilian man.
Okay, so that is her turn. Eduardo is dead. This individual over here, she's sort of like looking at the group. She's basically holding an action. She can't get a shot on Tarth, but she can aim for Rolder, and she's just like looking to her boss and looking to a friend and wondering if maybe she should just leave. But that's all she's doing for the moment, just holding an action. Rolder, and it's your turn. What would you like to do?
I'm going to assume this is some sort of like table or.
That's basically,
box.
yeah, it's a very large storage crate. So because of the elevation in the room, Tarth can't be touched by the ranged attackers on the stairwell.
Okay.
But because of your position and everything, you can. I would say you can sort of like look through Tarth and the corpse pile to just see this like Chilton woman just sort of like whoa. You know.
This one?
Yeah. She's just like whoa.
Okay, so Rolda is going to tactile roll. No. And have his like crossbow ready. Is he able to peek over this, or is he too short?
He is definitely too short. Basically, it is as wide as it is tall, if that makes sense. So
Okay.
it's sort of like a rectangular square pallet.
So
It's not the Ark of the Covenant, honest. Don't know why you think that.
it looks like just plain old pallet or like a cage of some kind
Yeah.
from the graphic. But going to can I hold an action kind of like peek around the corner and have it aimed at him?
Yes, absolutely. I'd allow that. They're basically kind of like trying to hold a bead on you, and as you move away, they're like, "Ugh." They're not too sure if they should fire or not, but they kind of shit. So the one on the northernmost one, she is unable to get a target at you, but this the guy still has a shot. If that makes sense.
They're that high?
Yeah. These are well. Here's the thing, because it is just around the corner. So if you're trying to get a shot at him, he can get a shot at you.
Because I'm peeking. Right.
Exactly that.
That I'm fine with.
Cool.
Because technically that gives him disadvantage and me disadvantage for shooting.
Exactly. Okay. So Lucy is. I'm just gonna say she's. You just hear her going. Nom, 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 nom. Then looks up at the spellcaster, looks at the rest of the group, goes shrugs, and just goes back to nom, 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 nom. Just absolutely tearing up this woman. This guy holding his action. Tertra, what would Tertra like to do?
Well, Tertra is going to 30 zoom right up behind Rolla.
Yep. I would say their head may... It would be very hard to hit them because of their height and the angle of the stairway and everything, but it wouldn't be impossible. Just an FYI, but yeah, that's fine. Was there anything that you wanted him to do?
Again, hold an action.
Okay. What's the action?
Crossbow.
Okay. So the decider of how this goes down, Tarth.
Taff realize he knows he's in cover here.
Yes.
He's glaring at this mage and he goes, for whom do you work?
Right. Okay. Let us just be reasonable. You want information. I want to keep my insides on my insides. So, you agree to let us leave, and I will give you anything that you want. You want information? You want to know who we work for? That is absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. As the storyteller tries and finds his notes. So, I would actually say at this point you see the two other guards. They're sort of looking a little bit wary, but they leave things for the moment. They're still holding their weapons ready.
Taff stares at this mage and he just glares at him and just, you know Bakara Shun?
That is an interesting question. I am going to have her roll an intelligence check. And it would be +5. She sort of furrows her brow a little bit. It is something to do with Hunters of Blood?
We were not destroyed.
I do not know what that means. I just translated. I don't know what you are. I don't want to know what you are. I just want to leave.
Then you will tell me who is responsible for this operation.
Well, we are a small group. We work for an individual by the name of Nahurali. I've never met them in person. It is simply, I'm in between middle management. I just make sure that everything arrives safely and everything is accounted for, and I investigate any particular items that may be of an arcane nature, something of special interest. We don't really have like a gang name or anything. We just we're all hired for specific jobs.
Loose affiliates.
Yes, exactly.
That explains a good deal.
Here. She actually reaches over to the desk so that she's at, and that makes a very big show of, like, you know, lifting her hands up and everything, and she slowly lifts a small box up and is starting to very warily make her way over to you. This.
Taff will extinguish his axes for the time being.
Oh, okay. She's going to very carefully try not to step in this woman's innards and avoid Lucy that's still, you know, rapidly going to town. And she is going to hand over this small wooden box.
Taff will accept it.
Okay. Let me see. Inside. Let me see. Inside is a silver trinket. It appears to be shaped in the form of a snake's head. The weird thing about this is it looks like it's been visibly snapped off, like the shape or the form should continue. It doesn't look complete. This was something I was told to hold for you know, a special customer. I don't know who exactly Nahurali was, you know, to take it off my hands, but it is all yours. Also, she points at the crate that you guys have been nestling around. Feel free to take any of the eggs in there. They should hatch soon. They can be wonderful pets, you know, trained attack dogs, whatever you want. They are yours.
What are they?
Velociraptors.
That sounds adorable.
They're actually quite cute. She looks, glances down at Lucy. She's like, nah. Usually.
I have no interest.
You breed raptors.
Say that one more time, Icy.
Sorry, I just got the Jurassic Parks in my head.
Yes.
What species is this? Velociraptor.
Yes,
You
literally.
breed raptors?
Yeah, we breed raptors.
Raptor, I barely know her.
Is it bad that I just got a sudden mental image of Peanut riding a compy?
Nope.
You
Which is
have
even-
access to a Velociraptor egg, so who knows what could happen.
Which is even funnier when you consider that the character Peanut and Harvey Birdman ends up riding an emu at one point.
A squirrel on a tiny clump of negus. Anyway, continue with the serious mugging of the smugglers.
Yes. But yes, all I know about that is that it was procured from a merchant ship coming through the anchorage. Naholi, you know, demanded that that specific item be, you know, kept to the side. He also wanted to make sure that it was not analyzed or anything, just, you know, kept. So, don't know, don't care, I quit. I am going up to Icewind Dale, or somewhere else. No, I'm not going to Icewind Dale. I'm going to the south? Sure. Somewhere not here. Or Icewind Dale. Is there any?
Very well. But
What?
know this. What was his name again?
Nahurali. I've never
Nahurali.
met them, but they run a lot of the trade in this area. I would actually say, while I think on about this, either Tertra or Rolder, roll me a history check with advantage as you hear that name mentioned.
Roll for... Hang on.
Uh-huh.
Let me roll for twice there because I didn't do it with advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Advantage.
Mm.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we would both know.
Yeah. You've heard the name mentioned a couple of times. They are, they're a known employer of people who do shady things. They they're very hard to track down, but it's very easy for them to track you down if you are looking for them. Nobody's ever actually met this person, but they do have their fingers in a bunch of pies around the city. Mainly places like Tickery Anchorage, but you've also been aware of, since moving up in the world, you have heard the name mentioned even within the city on occasion. They are someone to not be taken lightly, mainly because there's a lot of mystery surrounding them. The people who do hire them usually have no complaints because they run a tight ship. But this is a known, not so much a known individual, but this is a known presence. Whether it's one person or several people using the same name, like the Dread Pirate Roberts, spoiler alert, you don't know.
Yep.
Know this. This individual plays a dangerous game.
Yeah, she's looking around at like the corpses and everything. Yeah, sing that.
Believe me, the Centarim are not the only interested party.
Okay, if I were to pass on a message to someone in the organization on my way out, would you have anything specific you would want them to know?
Let it be known, the mistress, the boss of the Scorpion Coast, does not appreciate such ill manners afforded one of her representatives.
Right. Okay. Not to be rude, but she actually looks at the body, and again she adjusts her attitude very quickly. Just a suggestion, but maybe next time if you just introduce yourself as a member of his mistress's guild, things might
The
be...
Mask Syndicate.
The Mask Syndicate. Okay, yes, I'll make a note of that right now. Thank you.
Didn't exactly give us an opportunity. You shot us as soon as we walked in the door. So this is your fault.
Yes, absolutely. This is absolutely our fault. So, hope you all have a wonderful day, and bye. And they flee out the door. So, what would you all like to do?
Tap's gonna search the place.
Okay.
Bucket is going to assist with this. Try to find anything fun, but he will circle back and lift the egg at some point.
Okay. Let me see. I would say in total, from the surviving, brigands and everything, you're able to pick up 5 gold pieces in total. There, you already picked up the snakehead relic.
Come on!
There is also the
Rolling so shit today.
Sorry. It's you also already have the at least one Velociraptor egg. Give me anyone who's interested in the raptor egg. Give me a nature check if you'd be so kind.
Not much better! Oh my god!
Lucy, you've just found a new friend. Basically, it's a baby Velociraptor egg. And I would say this because I'm really, really generous. If any of the player characters actually wants one, I would say there is enough for whoever actually wants one. If you're a baby Velociraptor.
If Taff can't
let me ask real fast. Hey, hon. You want a baby Velociraptor? Yeah.
While they're doing that, can Taff use some of Mercy's
If you
blood
want.
to...
It's an egg right now, but
Can Taff use Mercy's blood to paint the Mask Syndicate symbol on one of the walls?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
yeah.
And
Roll
he's
an
going
Tortura.
to... And underneath he will write, "We are not pleased."
Okay. Roll into somebody's back door, wreck their shit, and put your name and address on there. I like that. Dangerous.
Not so much name and address, more that he's going to go to let the Zentarum know about this little endeavour.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. But yeah, as you were looking around.
Oh, he also had to keep your house in order.
Okay. So, as you guys are looking around, Tarth, you picked up a key earlier. You notice that there's one of the areas, there is a small desk where Sanua was hanging out. There is a locked drawer.
Yeah, he will open it.
Okay, yeah, the key works absolutely fine. Inside, you find a sort of like a red velvet pouch with a tiger's eye gem. So make a note of a tiger's eye gem worth 10 gold pieces, and 2, because I'm kind, 2 potions of healing. Because you need it, son.
Yeah.
Oh, yep. So, yeah, Tortura and Rolda are taking a egg each.
Awesome. Okay. Okay. Now, at this point, you guys are able to make your way out of the area you are in, and you find yourselves in. Let me just bring you over to this location. It'd help if I actually put your character tokens on the page, wouldn't it?
Just say Tash used some of his water skin to clean himself up a little.
Okay. Also, let me just clear the turn order there. Get rid of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tell you what.
I see Specky, but I don't see us.
Yeah, I've not put Specky. I've not put you guys on this map for some reason because the dungeon master's a dumbass. But anyway, I would say you guys basically make your way out of this area here. And no, you don't bring this lady with you. You guys were hanging out somewhere inside this building, and you find yourself in the middle of a very busy and bustling port. You find yourselves, as you expected, within the city walls, at the actual port of Nyanzaru. If the internet would let me click the right sound.
Never.
There we go. So yeah, you find yourselves in the harbour ward of Nyanzaru. Is there anything you wish to do before making your report?
Before that, Taff is going to try to rack his brain to see if he can think of a contact he has with Zentarum somewhere nearby.
Yes, actually, I would say that that's a free roll. You do know that much like Soggy Ren, being the regional manager for the Harpers in this city, there is an individual named, probably not to his face, but his name is Pockmarked Pearl. He is the regional director for the Zentarum in this city, and he dwells in the tent city that is to the southwest of Port Nyanzaru. It's a place referred to as the Old City. It is actually the location where most of you guys from Brazen Pegasus actually made your way.
Once we have finished reporting into the Little Lord, we must go to the tent city. The old.
Do you think you'll find valuable aid there?
I must make local individuals aware of what has happened.
Very well. Bucket is going to take a moment to memorize the spots, the hidden entrance to the smuggler's den, just in case it's useful later.
Okay. I would say only Bucket. Actually, Bucket, Rolder, and Tertra. If you guys would like to give me just a perception check.
Sure.
Okay.
16, a 2, and a 21. Rolder. Okay, I would say this. As you guys are having a conversation, you would notice that further up the street is the main harbour master, Zindar. He's a gold dragon folk individual. Seems to be having a conversation with a gnome, some sort of ship captain and their first mate. The only reason you know them is because you like to kind of keep an eye on the more upstanding and nosy individuals in the city. Usually to maybe avoid them. They don't seem to have noticed you yet. They seem to be focused on chatting with this gnome woman here. But is there anything you wish to do? Do you wish to avoid? Do you wish to approach? Do you wish to simply return to Clevin and let him know? Or do you wish to return, or do you wish to explore the old city?
What do you think, folks?
Say it one more time, please.
I was asking what the rest of the party thought.
Taft doesn't care which order we go, who we visit first, but he definitely needs to go visit the Zentarian representative. Words need to be had.
Any opposing?
No.
Okay. In that case. So. We, and by the way, this is where you guys ended up, over here. So the passageway basically led from around here to here. So, you make your way out of the dock ward into the main city of Nyanzaru itself. I'd say it takes you a little bit of time. You know, you actually do go past the market where Clevin actually hangs out, so to be fair, in theory, you could actually tell him on the way. If that's something you wanted to do.
We could. What does everyone else think?
Seems a wise course of action.
Yeah.
Okay. So, heading back over to the market briefly, I would say, I'm just going to summarise. Is there anything in particular that you wanted to ask him as you guys basically fill him in on what's been going on?
Say Taff tells him just to keep it brief. Don't say anything that doesn't need to be said.
Charming.
Need to know basis.
Yeah.
How very charming. Well, thank you so much for your assistance. For whatever reason, I can't find the scene page on Roll20 there, so we'll just skip that. Let's see. As agreed, here is your payment. 50 gold pieces to be shared amongst your associates, and an additional potion of healing. Do you show him the Velociraptor eggs you got?
Bucket doesn't.
Yeah, I'd probably say Tarth recommended not to.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. That,
Again, need to know basis.
Yes. And last but not least, did you find anything, any particular artifacts or items there?
Nothing that would interest you.
Give me a deception check, please. Okay. Well, that's disappointing. Well, I'll let Ren know that that was a false lead. But thank you for breaking up that smuggling ring anyway. It's going to make honest traders like myself a little more profitable. So, much appreciated.
Yeah, Tarth has twigged that this snake head is probably going to be useful on their various delves into the Radiant One's former kingdom.
That's a conversation you should probably have with your crew at some point.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so I'm assuming that everyone's okay with Tarth lying to this dude's face about the reason he sent you out.
Yep.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Bucket is distracted. Bucket was paying attention.
Yes. As far as Tarth's concerned, this could be a holy treasure, so...
Okay.
We just hear from inside Bucket. Tick, 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 tick.
Cannon. Literally, he's trying to build a cannon. But yeah. So yeah, it's pretty much...
I'll get it right!
Oh god, can we say if Bucket gets Cone of Cold, that the chest opens up like a Kiryu from the Millennium Godzilla series? It just fires out.
You know what?
Like
Sure.
cannon.
I actually really like that. I think that's ridiculous.
That's gonna be a while though.
I know,
Yeah.
but
Kona Cone's like a 4th level spell.
I know, but I just want that image in people's heads because it just popped into my head. Just send the chest going dink and just.
I will say this as well, as the party are making their way over to the old city. We're not going to worry about the numbers right now, but at the end of this session, you are going to find yourselves as being level 3.
That means I've got some work to do.
Yes, you all do. Aha. Bookkeeping, the most important part of D&D. Wait, what?
More working out my own homebrew.
So,
Okay.
Wait a minute. This is just math!
No, Godkiller's got, as a homebrew class, Godkiller's got some little kinky motivations at level 3, so...
Oh my.
Oh, yeah.
50 divided by 4? No, 5, sorry.
Remind me real quick, what health type were we using for this? Were we using fixed or manual or max?
that is a fair question. That's a fair question.
I was always under the impression it was max.
Yeah, let's do max health, because that means I'm going to feel less guilty when I destroy you. You need it.
Thanks.
Oh, we leveled up?
You have leveled
Not
up.
yet.
But you will at the end of the session. You will at the end of the session. If you survive the next 15 minutes. So,
And are we healed up or?
not yet. I probably should have waited until the end of the session. If you want to consider this a short rest, there's not going to be any more combat for now. Unless you do something very stupid.
No.
But, yeah. You find yourselves in a place referred to as the Old City. This is a location with a great deal of history in short. It is one of the oldest parts of Nyanzaru. You, Rolder, and Turcher would know that the large ziggurats that make the 3 ziggurats that kind of make up the surviving architecture from the city's construction have been standing for probably 10,000 years, if not longer. It's also the home to various, tent communities. People who basically have nowhere else to go. It is the most affordable, i.e. free, place to live around Port Nyanzaru. The only downside is it's one of the least defended when it comes to zombie attacks and the like. One other major feature, aside from the fact that it is very close to the stinking refuse pit, which takes up a good chunk of the western side of the region, is in its center is a large pit around 50 or 60 feet long, 40 feet deep and wide. This is called Executioner's Run, and this is where people tend to be thrown into if the merchant princes, the trade princes, want to make an example of them, lawbreakers and the like. I would say you hear the cheering of and the roars of a dinosaur ripping into somebody as money is exchanged. You don't see anything just yet because you're a little too far away, but apparently you just missed a particular round of entertainment or justice, whatever you want to call it. However, you are not interested in this. You are heading towards a particular tent. One of the smaller, I would say it's the middle-sized ziggurat. Most of these tents look the same, but Tarth, your contact gave you precise instructions on how best to reach this individual. And as you step inside what looked to be squalor and just basic ruin on the outside, you find surprisingly is a beautiful and luxurious space filled with the finest silks, the most beautiful of furniture, local art, and women, actually. A sizable number of fairly beautiful local Chiltern women, all masked, wearing veils, and they seem to be attending to an individual in the corner. I'll be right with you.
So this is Poe.
This is, you would assume, pockmarked Poe. You, as this slightly hunched figure it turns around, you realise he's not actually moving that much himself. On either end, he has this beautiful young girl with one arm under each, helping him to move. You see his skin is desiccated. It is blisters to the touch. This looks like the best way to describe it is you're not too sure what kind of physical condition the name of this would be, but this is clearly someone who needs special care and attention.
Hi from Dune.
As you enter his space, he shakily, with one arm, gestures to one of the girls, who arranges a couple of tables for you. Please, enjoy. Take a seat. I was not expecting so many guests from the mistress, but I was expecting you, Mr. Taff.
They have become associates of mine.
I assume you have judgment enough to know that they are trustworthy.
They have proven themselves to be.
Interesting. He glances over, he sort of tilts his head at Bucket. Ah, survivor of the Brazen Pegasus. Looks over to Lucy. The adopted child of Wakanga Atamo. A delight, my dear, a delight. Ah, Quailface pets. Looking to both Rhoda and Tertia. Pleasure to make your acquaintance, gentlemen. Well, for those who have, I assume, little idea of who I am, my name is Poe. Just Poe. I coordinate efforts and information in regards to the Zentarum Black Network. We, for those who are not aware, have spent some time working in Chult. Most of the city guard and the more influential areas within the city walls are under our purview. We have, of course, in other locations, a history that is somewhat fractious with other organizations such as the Harpers and the like. But in Chult, we have agreed to let bygones be bygones. This is not the Sword Coast. Everyone is welcome here as long as they play by the rules. So, how can I be of service to you?
At this point, Taff is going to sort to roll there and say, the ledgers and the note.
He shakes his head and pulls them out, handing them over.
Now, because the player can't remember the name of the organization in question,
Yes.
can someone give me a quick reminder?
So the individual who was behind this thing was on a note that the storyteller has closed. It was a dude. Basically, you explain the letter from Sanua to her employer. The fact that this employer has been connected to various things going on throughout Port Nyanzaru. And you give him like a full list of the various items that have gone back and forth, presumably under the Zentarum's nose. And incidentally, he doesn't hold or touch anything. You see, like, his hands, I don't know the exact term for the disease and everything, but his hands are also, like, knotted in on themselves. And he has these various girls who are basically turning pages, making notes. And, providing, other books for him to read when needed. Ah, interesting. This is...
You understand. Chult is important to the mistress. It is why she agreed not to interfere here, barring my recruitment to assist Mr. Bucket.
Indeed, yes. I'm very, very aware of the Mask and their invested interest in their homeland. Ancestral seat might be the better term, but yes. I am a little more informed than most members of the Zentarum, so I understand and welcome the mistress to our dear city. In return, I would hope that there would be a spirit of cooperation.
I am more than pleased to assist.
Well, he looks to the group with a somewhat, shaky, twitchy smile. Tell me.
Taff looks to them as well.
Tell me, how do you all feel about dinosaur races? And unless anyone has anything else to say, I think that might be an appropriate point to leave things off for now. Unless you have something you actually really do want to say.
Not really. Bucket's only half paying attention because Peanut is in the chest cavity making a little nest for her egg.
Fascinating device. Yes, this makes the strangest sounds. But yes, so we will say that that session of the Tomb of the Abomination has been finished for today. So, made some friends, made plenty of snacks for Tarth. Yeah, that woman that you basically critted on, I kind of had an idea for her, Mercy, but yeah, ironically enough, you didn't show her any, so oh well. Yeah. But yes, very glad we did this in spite of my slight, sniffles and everything. Really glad that we did this. Very sorry that, Cream couldn't join us this week. They have had other plans, of course. But hey, at least, A, you all are now at level 3, and B, those that want it, baby velociraptors. Yay. That can only end well. That can only end well.
After several weeks, Bucket stops moving. Turns out Peanut was eaten.
Yeah. Well, depending on what rolls you make, anything can happen.
And you did say max rolls for HP?
Yes.
Okay.
I think that's fair, considering how tough things have been in terms of these combats. I actually I've been doing a lot of. I appreciate everyone's patience as well. By the way, not only have I been a little under the weather, but I actually had to adjust the difficulty of these fights 3 times over the course of the past couple of days, for reasons, and the hit points kind of I lost track of that, so that was on me. But yeah, so this is where you all are at the moment, the old city. There is the refuse pit, and this is where Pop Mart Poe lives, and that's Executioner's Run. So you have made a decision in regards to that amulet. Keeping it for yourselves. How very interesting. Any questions, any comments, or any theories, my darlings?
I'm curious now as to what subclass I